Jay here from Stretford Paddock with a bit of breaking news. I think we all know it's not exactly a revelation. Matheus Cunha has signed for Manchester United. The club have announced it. We knew it was coming. We're all expecting it. We're all waiting for it. But now is the time to give a bit of reaction to it. It is official. It has happened. It's not going to be, is he going or is he coming? Or it's not going to be any of the waiting for the official announcement. We've had the here we go. It's just the official one. We've had the official one. The club did a little post earlier on. It was probably about 2 hours ago. Our first signing of the summer has been agreed. Brazil flag emoji, a writing hand emoji, and then some sort of graphic that just says Matheus Cunha in case you're under any illusions about who it may be. So we know that now. We've got our man. Get involved in the chat and the comments. Let us know what you think about this signing. I mean, look, we've been talking about this for a long time on Stretford Paddock. I wanted Matheus Cunha. I like Matheus Cunha. I wasn't alone. It wasn't like I was a lone voice in that matter. I think most people on the channel, most of our viewers, most people who present on the channel and contribute wanted Matheus Cunha as well. He gets goals and assists. He's always an exciting player when we play against him. Whenever I've watched Wolves, he's always been one of their best players, and he caused almost every team I've seen him play against a lot of problems. And you think he would fit in well into this Ruben Amorim system, this 3-4-2-1 system, as one of the two number 10s. He's going to get, as far as I know, the number 10 shirt. We've not had the official pictures yet, but I'm guessing they'll come later on today. So it all makes sense, and I don't often say that about Manchester United and transfers. The question here now is, who else is coming, to be honest with you? I know we've only just got this one over the line, and I don't want to be greedy, but we know we need more than just Matheus Cunha. In terms of the actual details of the deal, I think we've spoken about this last week and this week as well. We know that it's going to be 62.5 million. That was the buyout clause. So I get it. Like that is what you have to pay. There was some talk that Manchester United wanted to spread those payments over 5 years, but Wolves were like, no. The clause is over, I think, 2 years, and you're going to have to pay that if you want him within those 2 years. And Manchester United went, right, okay, we'll do that. It looks like he's going to sign, I think, is it a 4-year deal with an option for one? I think it's around 2030, or it might be 5-year with an option for a 5-year deal, sorry. So we'll get the devil of the details sorted later on today, but we know he's going to be about a 5-year deal, roughly. Get involved in the chat and the comments if I'm getting that wrong, and I will go into it properly in a minute. So we know we've got our man. We know how much he's going to cost. We know he fits into this system well. The question now for me is, who else is coming with him? I'm excited to see Matheus Cunha in this Manchester United team. I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know. Get involved in the chat and the comments. And if you've not done so already, please hit that like button, smash a like and a subscribe. We want to get to 800,000 subscribers, and with your support, we can get there. We're almost there, but I want to get there, and I think we can get there sooner rather than later, especially with all the news that's coming up over the summer. All the videos we're going to be doing. We're going to be over in America for the tour as well, so we want you guys to get involved in all that, so please make sure you do. Nomad Joe says, good, now get Gyökeres. Jay, he signed. Couldn't you believe it? Says Dan United 94. I like puns like that. We need to invest on Baleba, else Manu won't be a starter for us anymore. Scousers get Frimpong getting worse, and we're sleeping, says Malks. Look, I know that the Scousers are making moves, but the best thing we can do is make our own, and today we are doing that. I am very critical of Manchester United's transfer policy. I have questioned it a lot, but I think today, getting this player done early doors, it's pretty much the as soon as you can do it, makes a lot of sense to me. Harry Potter, yes, Jay, buzzing with this signing. That's how I feel. It feels like a Manchester United player. It feels like the type of signing we should be making, and we would have made back in the day as well. An exciting player that wants the ball, that creates goals, scores goals, and has a bit of an edge to him, doesn't it, Cunha? He's one of those, like, he likes to get involved a little bit. He likes to have a little bit of a kick-off. I think he hit someone with glasses after the game. No, I don't mean he hit them with a glass. I think they were wearing glasses, and he had a bit of a tiff with them. I mean, that's putting it mildly. If you look at his stats this season, everyone loves a statty. 33 appearances, 15 goals, 6 assists. Now, the 15 goals and 6 assists, 21 goal involvements in 33 games for a team that have been struggling for most of the season, which is, much like United, but Wolves have been down the bottom end of the table, so I can't ignore that. That's a decent return. Also, playing 33 out of 38 Premier League games, decent as well. He's obviously available for practically the entire season. It's what you want to see. But it's his other stuff as well he does. He carries the ball very well. He wants the ball all the time. He brings in others around him, not just with his assists, but just his link-up play as well. I think he's a very, very useful player, very exciting player, and a very tough player. And I think we need a little bit more toughness in this team. So let me know what you think. As you can tell, I'm gutted we've signed him. I think he's rubbish. But seriously, let me know what you think. Saeed Mohammed Abu Dada says, 1, is he Brazilian? 2, he walks a lot. I have serious. Oh, sorry. 1, he is Brazilian. 2, he walks a lot. I have serious doubts about Cunha in the long run. I hate these stats about walking. I hate them. They started doing the rounds, right? Where it was Paul Pogba, and I swear they only came out of them just to have a dig at Pogba, because what happened was people were going, Pogba's lazy, Pogba's this, Pogba's that, and then people threw stats at him and went, actually, he covers more ground than almost any other midfielder. So how was he lazy? And then people go, actually, a lot of that is walking. That doesn't prove anything. Watch the games, see what he does. That's how you can know whether he's a good player. Whenever I've watched him, he's been very, very useful. And also, the sort of numbers that do matter, how many chances does he create? How many assists does he get? How many goals does he get? He's always doing well on that side of things, and that's what really matters here. So, yeah, when I watch him, I'm impressed. When I look at his numbers, I'm impressed. The fact that he might walk a bit more than others doesn't really bother me. Glenn F says, Jay, the fact he's a United supporter makes it even better for me. Hopefully, he will help Obi. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how many minutes Obi gets this season, or next season, I should say. Obviously got, was it 20? Oh, no, he got a half, didn't he, against Hong Kong, China. Got a brace as well. His first senior goals. Good to see that happening. The first one in particular was a very good finish. Maybe we're going to see a lot more of Obi next season than we thought. We aren't getting Delap by the looks of it. Are we going to get Gyökeres or Osimhen? I don't know. I'm doubtful, to be honest. Or brutally honest, as I like to say, I'm very doubtful. So maybe that does mean that your man Chido Obi gets more minutes, and someone like Matheus Cunha behind him could be a massive bonus. Let me know what you say, or what you think. Sorry, Alan Speaks says, great player, got that edge to him. I love that. He has got that edge to him. Glenn F, I'm with you. They're absolutely bollocks, these walking stats. I hate stats XGs. I don't like some of the stats. I think they are poor. John Kine says, Jay, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you as well, John. It's a happier Sunday. Now we've got the Cunha deal. The worst thing that would have happened after all this hype and all this sort of noise and how this deal was looking like it was almost there, if it had fallen apart, it would have been farcical. So I'm glad it's got done and we can just move on to the next one. Coach Zach, USMC vet, who's been a member for 53 months of Stretford Paddock, so a big thank you to him. Says, call me delusional, but I am so excited for next season. Truly believe Ruben will turn the squad around, drop the deadwood, and bring in real athletes. I don't think that is delusional. I think you're right to feel that. I honestly believe you cannot underestimate how important a preseason is. A preseason with a manager is so important. And I know some managers come in mid-season and do well. Well, sometimes that can be not misleading, but it can be a little bit of a one-off. And it doesn't give you a full story. I've seen managers come in into clubs and absolutely smash it. They've won Champions League. Remember when Di Matteo went into Chelsea and won like the Champions League in his first few months, whatever it was, and the FA Cup, I think, as well. Everyone thought, oh, he must be a genius. And then he was sacked, wasn't he, within about 6 months. So managers can come in and do well initially. We get it. Ollie did very well. Do you remember when he took over as caretaker? As soon as he announced he was permanent, or just before, or just before he announced he was permanent, the wheels started to come off. And that second half of that season was absolutely abysmal. That first, remember, I think we won something like 12 out of the first 15 games, whatever it was, and then lost 12 out of the next 15. It was just horrible. But I think once you get a manager in with a preseason, obviously we've brought in some players. He's got Patrick Dorgu, who he wanted. He's got Aiden Evan, who I don't even think he's one for the future. When he first signed, that's what I thought. And that's what me and Finn, who does Academy Review, were talking about. Actually, when I've seen him in the first team, I think he's ready now. And I know if Lisandro Martinez and Lenny Yoro and Matheus de Ligt are all fit, we might not see Aiden Heaven start, but Lisandro Martinez probably isn't even going to be fit for the beginning of next season. So I think Aiden Heaven may well start. And I think he's a very good player. But he's only had those 2 signings up until now. And now he's got 3. Getting there with the players you want, the type of players you want. You've got 3. Yeah? That's a start, innit? I think we need a striker desperately, and I think everyone will agree on that. You get a striker in as well, and we're edging towards a team that's beginning to take shape as a Ruben Amorim team. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you would like to see in next. Let me know what you think of the Matheus Cunha deal. Are you happy with it? Do you question it at all? Do you think he's the type of player that fits straight in? Are you worried about his temperament, or do you embrace his temperament like I do? Coach Zach, USMC vet, says, kind of funny story, but this is the same system I coach my team at the under 18s level. With full confidence, I can tell you this system needs high-end athletes that can run or it will never work. We've seen that, haven't we? We've seen teams that have a system like similar to ours who absolutely smash it when they've got athletes. And I think that's what we need. And, when I was watching PSG last night, I was looking at some of their players and you think, look at the athleticism of them. Yes, they've got amazing technical ability as well, but they battle, they graft, they work hard. They're non-stop. You had some athletes like that in this Manchester United team, then we'd be so much better. And I think that's what we're aiming for. I think that's what Ruben Amorim might be looking at. He might be going, okay, give me athletes, give me players who are not only very good on the ball, but can do the graft off it as well. And maybe Matheus Cunha is one of those players. Let me know what you think. Get involved in the chat in the comments. Let me know what you think about Cunha. Let me know if you've got any reservations. Let me know what you think about who the next signing should be. I want to hear from you guys. This is your platform. A few people have mentioned Mbuemo. That's not his name. I don't know why I called him Mbuemo. Brian Mbuemo smashing it at Brentford, building with United. Talk is he's around 50 million quid. I would love to have him at Manchester United. I think that would give us some decent options in those number 10 roles. When you've got Mbuemo, when you've got Cunha, when you've got Ahmad, all of a sudden Mount as well, you're thinking, oh, okay. But we'll have to wait and see what happens on that front. I think he may have a few more suitors than Matheus Cunha. Matheus Cunha seemed pretty set on Manchester United, and Manchester United seemed set on him, and it seemed like a relatively easy transfer to get done. I think there might be a little bit of a little bit more difficulty in getting someone like Mbuemo. We'll have to wait and see. Let us know what you think. I think he's got a year left on his deal with an option for one more year, Mbuemo. But 50 million quid for a player of that quality, mid-20s, kind of makes sense. Aaron Siri says talk is 60, not 50. Maybe it is that then. We'll have to wait and see. Manish Bandari says, Jay, why didn't we sign that Spanish keeper? He was a great market opportunity, just like Delap. Listen, we've been linked with a few goalkeepers. I know there's not a lot of love for Andre Onana at the minute. I don't know how Ruben Amorim feels about Andre Onana. I don't know if he's going to stick with him, if he's going to move him on, what he's going to do. We'll have to wait and see. My gut instinct tells me Andre Onana is going to be the Manchester United goalkeeper next season, but that's not inside info. That's literally my gut feeling. But I don't know. Let me know what you think. Manish Mohan says Jay Mbuemo has 2 years left, not one. I thought it was one with an option for another one. Dan United 94 says, Jay, my mate, let's sort this out right now. Please, it's not Mbuemo. It should be saying, what? Mbuemo. No, I'm not going to do that. Gerholt says, we can't buy a keeper without having an exit plan for Onana. Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Jordy Pilling says, need Tanag to take our shitters. Oh, dear. Aaron Siri says, how much for the Forest keeper? I don't know about that one. Is that the kid that used to be at Arsenal? Or am I getting that completely wrong? I don't rate him, mate. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about goalkeeper season. Everyone wants to talk about that. Aaron Moore says, do you really think this ownership will splash cash on Amorim? I think they've got to. I think they've got to back him to certain degrees. To a certain degree, sorry. I think we need to buy at least another 3 players this transfer window. Genuinely, I know that's a lot of players to bring in. 4 players in a window. It's not ridiculous, is it? It's doable. We used to sign 4 players when we just won the league. Seriously. Sorry, Seals, Sells. Is it Sells? Not Turner. Thank you. Forgive me. How can you not rate a keeper when you don't even know who he is? That's what I'm talking about. Is it that the lad that I saw at Wolves early in the season? No, it's not. Forgive me. Amorim's system is limiting, says KG Beard Stylist. Ollie Out, Norwegian PE teacher, says Simon Bennett says Doyley says Brentford just bought Kelleher. I saw a link, right? United being linked with, or someone suggesting United should go for Kelleher. I was like, what are you on about? That is never going to happen. Simon Bennett says, Jay, what's the worst transfer window in United's history? Don't know, I don't know. It's difficult. I'd have to go way back and have a look. I mean, we've had some poor ones, haven't we? Post Alex Ferguson, but at the time, they kind of make sense. Like, you kind of think, like, when you sign these players, okay, I remember the transfer window when we signed Varane, Ronnie, and Jadon Sancho, and I thought we were going to win the league. I thought we've just finished second, and we've signed one of the greatest attackers ever, one of the best young attackers on the planet, and one of the best centre-backs on the planet. Was set, and it just didn't work, did it? Honestly. Dan United 94 says, Jay, who's your sixth favourite United keeper of all time? Probably Schmeichel. G Dub says Fellaini. My missus absolutely loves Maran Fellaini. Will S says, great signing, really like Cunha. Isn't that Amorim specific? Also, can play multiple systems. Have a great Sunday, Jay. That is a very, very good point. Cunha can play in different systems. He can play in, as just off the striker, on the left, on the right. Too often we've sort of signed players for a certain manager, and then when a new manager comes in, or if a new manager comes in, well, they always do come in, then that manager doesn't want the players that he's inherited. I don't think that will be the case with Matheus Cunha. I think if you come in and you play a slightly different formation or slightly different system to Ruben Amorim, if United were to get a manager that did do that, then I think you could still get a tune out of Matheus Cunha. Let me know what you think. Marcus says, we should have won the league, but Ole couldn't coach that quality, but he had the right ambition. Aaron Moore says Van der Sar, GOAT. I agree. Jay, thoughts on Rabiot as replacement for Bruno? It's a step down, isn't it? I think almost anyone is a step down from Bruno Fernandes, to be honest with you. I'm not so sure bringing Adrian Rabiot is the answer to our problems. We've been linked with him sort of over the last 3 or 4 years, haven't we? Although that felt a little bit more likely when Erik ten Hag was the manager. And even then, we couldn't get it over the line. So I'd be surprised if that happened. Sebastian says, what do you think should be who do you think should be our next signings? We should fix that Bruno situation ASAP and get that experienced centre forward. Marcus says, isn't Cunha the Bruno replacement? I don't think he is. The Bruno rumours started after we more or less agreed to sign Matheus Cunha. So I don't think he's the Cunha replacement. I don't think he's a Bruno replacement. He might end up filling a role that Bruno filled, especially earlier on in his United career when he was more of an attacking midfielder. Sort of dropped a little bit deeper on under Ruben Amorim. We'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping Bruno Fernandes doesn't leave. I know there's a lot of people that disagree with that. I think we should cash in on him. But it's funny how the first reports were we could get 200 million for him, and now I'm seeing it down to 80. I do worry about that. I really do. Ahmed says, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Bruno is in the Modric mold. He'll continue to play at the highest level until 38 years of age. Don't sell him. Love that. I think he could play until he's getting on a bit. C. Joe James John says, McTominay replacement. Fair enough. Rumours Ange has just been sacked. Really? Ange Postecoglou? Is that real? Because I thought he might actually keep his job. There was talk of him going if he lost. Well, there was talk of actually, I spoke to a Spurs fan who said that, who said that Ange Postecoglou would actually get sacked even if they win. Yeah, there's a few people reporting that. Sacha Tavoliere, I think, is the one who's running with that, who's saying that Ange Postecoglou is going to get sacked. Maybe he is. Not all trophies, not all managers keep the job just because they won a trophy. I remember Louis Van Gaal won the FA Cup and was sacked pretty much the same day. Glenn F says, who was that person saying it was Ollie's fault for the CR7 debacle? If he had not come back, Ollie would have won the league. Ben says, with Arsenal seemingly going after Sesko, according to Sky Sports, I'm surprised literally no one is linked with a move for Victor Gyökeres. What do you make of that, Jay? If no one's linked with him, we should go for him. Can we not get him? I love Victor Gyökeres. I really would. I think he'd be a phenomenal signing for Manchester United. But I just don't know if he's going to come to a club that doesn't have Champions League football. However, if no one else is in for him, maybe he will. Joshua Foley says, not going to get hyped over new signings because 60 million is just for us to be bantered. They can change my mind where there is a proper performance on pitch and scoreline. Fair enough. Jay, have you or the Paddock Boys got any names for a potential midfield dynamo? I haven't. But give me a shout. Solomon Shah says your house looks mint, Jay. Thank you. I have my better half maintains it very well. Not that we're an old school family. We're a modern family, but I got to give her the credit for that one. Yash says, hi Jay, we need 5 more players. We actually probably do. I think we need at least a striker, probably another wing back, probably a midfielder, also a centre back. Probably might get away with the centre back one because we do have some options there if everyone stays fit. The goalkeeper. Do we need a new goalkeeper? Let me know what you think. Wasim Afsal says we need at least another midfielder, someone powerful. We need a midfielder, don't we? I feel like the jury's out on you guy. I don't know. What do you reckon? I feel like everyone's sort of not got fed up with it, but we're starting to question him. I feel like the manager is so doubts him as well, because obviously he worked with him at Sporting, but it was very, very telling he didn't get any minutes in the Europa League final. It's a big call that. Devilish 13 says, yes, we do need a new goalkeeper. Marcus says, Spurs sacking Ange shows, sorry, it's just disappeared. That shows we are now the new Spurs. Deja Vu, or Dave Javu, says, I think we don't improve much without a new keeper and a striker. And that's a fair comment, that, bro, to be honest with you. I'm still hoping that Andre Onana comes good. I'm going to wrap it up there. Been a good chat, this. I've enjoyed it. Matheus Cunha joining Manchester United. It's official. The club have announced it. We knew it anyway. But hopefully this will be the first of many more signings this summer. We're going to have all the updates. We're going to be chatting to all the leading journalists as well about the latest news when it comes to transfers for Manchester United. So make sure, if you're not doing already, you are hitting like, share, and subscribe. I'm Jay Motty. This has been a bit of breaking news. Matheus Cunha is a red. Hopefully it's the first of many. Thanks for watching.